first I just wanted to give credit to the brainchild behind this event, and that is Gail Kelly. She's the director at Crawford County Human Services. And so I'm helping to bring this together, but it was really her idea. But the reason that this rally is so important is that we haven't had a state budget for 5 months now, and so we've been operating without any money flowing into the county, which in normal circumstances would mean that we wouldn't be able to pay all of the service providers that provide essential services to our citizens here in the county. But the county was able to access a line of credit to get us through this time period, and so we've been able to continue our payments. Services are continuing, but nothing over and above of what we would normally be doing. So we're not able to do any out-of-the-box thinking at this point to add additional services or anything like that. At this point, we're kind of doing the bare minimum and scrounging. And the interesting thing is that a lot of the services that we provide are state mandated. So we have to offer them, and we want to, but we also need some funds to flow to help with this process.
We have heard that some agencies, like drug and alcohol, we spoke with David Pro, are able to provide those services, but may be unable to pay for things like rent or lights or what have you. Can you talk about that for a moment?
Just that is absolutely the case. You know, we are doing the bare minimum that is required, and in any case that we can, we'll do more. But right now, we just really have to be cautious of any funds that we have available.
What happens after today?
Well, after today, we're still okay until December, but at December we're going to have to reevaluate everything again, maybe access additional lines of credit or other funding options. It's going to get kind of scary at that point. As a result of the line of credit, we are going to be incurring interest, and obviously we've incurred fees associated with accessing that money, and so when funds start to flow, we're going to have other issues to tend to, of having to deal with it in the meantime.
I am Mark Weindorf, the Executive Director of the ARC of Crawford, Warren, and Forest counties.
Okay, and of course, you're here for the state budget rally to do something about passing or resolving the budget impasse. How is this impasse particularly affecting the ARC of Crawford County?
Well, currently we're very fortunate that the Board of Commissioners of Crawford County have agreed to take out a line of credit, but that was a short-term stopgap measure, and we're getting down to the point where it may affect some of the services that we receive base funding for the ARC.
What would those services, what does your base funding services?
We have a drop-in center and some other services that we fund through base services for our individuals to keep them occupied and in the community, and make sure they have a good social network, and make sure they stay healthy.
Is there a deadline where the funding may dry up for that?
I'm assuming we're getting near that point. I haven't talked to the Board of Commissioners or to the head of Human Services, but the line of credit wasn't substantial, so we can't go on indefinitely. We just need to get this crisis solved. Also, it's affecting us because some of the mental health and drug and alcohol services that our individuals use are drying up. Some of the smaller providers in town who get funded differently than we do, that our consumers depend on, are not going to be available. So that affects us.
What happens for you after today?
Well, we need to keep on this to make sure that people understand that these providers are essential services in our community, and there's a whole network of people who depend on these services, and employees who also are part of our economy who depend on this. So to get the dander of all those people up by not having a budget, and just causes chaos, and people worry about how they're going to make their next paycheck should the money dry up.
Are you particularly affected by maybe the lack of progress, or maybe the lack of some sort of angst on the part of people?
Yes, and I do think it's detrimental to people to think that it's okay for this budget impasse. It's really not okay. The anxiety that it causes our individuals and all the individuals served in our community and across the Commonwealth, and then all the employees as well who depend on this to feed their families and be part of our economy. And most of our folks in Crawford County who are employed by our agencies shop in our local communities, and so it would have a detrimental effect to us if this continues.
How How would you gauge the reaction to the folks here? Has this been an effective effort?
It's very clear. As you can tell by all the folks that were here, they support the budget being passed. They support what's going on here. And us all getting together just shows the support that everyone needs to realize that this budget has to pass. We need the Democrats, the Republicans to work together and pass a budget that's going to help the Commonwealth support all its programs and all the folks that live here.
Well, I hope that people were listening and that they do hear the need that's across the Commonwealth at our human service agencies and how it's affecting and the trickle-down effect that's going to happen with what's already happened to our agencies in terms of them spending down all their savings, to what's going to happen in the near future if the money doesn't come quickly. We hear more about, of course, the school districts and how they've been affected. We need the budget to pass, and hopefully the legislators see that there is a concern amongst the citizens of this county and other counties that have done similar activities, and that they're going to get together and they're going to pass that budget.
Okay, we're with Tiffany Manhross. Tiffany is a client with Child and Family Services. Tiffany, how does the budget impasse affect what you get as a consumer?
Well, it affects me personally because if the budget doesn't get passed, then I'll be stuck at home, and I don't want that because then I won't get out and do my goals, and I won't, achieve what I'm supposed to do, and I'll just basically stay at home, and it's just not fair.
Okay, this is Tracy Nickel.
Yep.
You are also a client with Child and Family Services?
Yes.
Okay. How does this budget impasse, lack of a state budget, affect the kind of services that you receive?
I like doing stuff with Family Connections, and I don't want to be bored at home either. I just want to go out and do my goals and that kind of stuff. And what else can I say?
Can you talk about your goals? What are they?
Exercising, money, what else? Cooking.
These are all things that Child and Family Connections help you to learn and sustain?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Very good.
Thank you.